words about books, Ben.
If you tell me Hulk Hogan has a third book, I'm shutting off the recording. I'm so serious. If you tell me there's a third Hulk Hogan book,
Well,
we're done here.
I was gonna joke and say the music's back, and then that Hulk Hogan has a comic book, but he does not actually have a comic book, Ben. We are here to talk about Donkey Kong.
Oh, the much mythologized Donkey Kong. Some thought it was a legend. I personally began to doubt its existence, but apparently it exists.
Well, it was either that or Calvin Coolidge. So the patrons have spoken.
What the hell were you thinking?
I don't know.
Why would
I was
you?
like, you know what? Let's try an experiment. And boy, was that a not great idea.
Of all the American presidents, would you pick Calvin Coolidge?
It came out of the randomizer.
Okay.
Silent Cow versus Big Monkey.
How is this even? There was a poll and people didn't vote for the monkey.
Yeah, there were two people who voted against the grain. They wanted that Coolidge action. Did you know he was president when Mount Rushmore was being carved into those sacred mountains?
Oh, good. Did he have anything to say about it?
No, he doesn't have a lot to say about most things.
That's how I like my presidents. We should go back to that.
Yeah, it was a simpler time. It was a better time.
Yep. So, Donkey Kong. There was a book, I understand.
There were 3 books, Ben, but I only got the first one because the other 2 were surprisingly pricey. And I was like, no one gives a shit anyway.
Yeah, we heard this is out of print, right?
Yeah.
This is some kind of novel tie-in to like
I had
one
to
of
buy
the
this on
games.
eBay. Yeah, on Donkey Kong Country, Ben.
Okay, so like the SNES one, right?
Yeah, let me see if I can even remember the title, Ben. This is a good start. Oh, hey, there's a joke book, Ben. That the funniest Donkey Kong jokes. That is not this one is
you should get yourself a ventriloquist dummy. You should memorize that joke book and then go ahead and use it as your act.
And then it can squeeze the fingers of a little girl.
Yep.
And
gonna have to go on the Patreon if you want these details.
Yeah. If we manage to buy that yacht, we all win.
It's getting a little pricey to make a podcast these days. I found out we were grandfathered into our rate, which they no longer offer anymore. And the lowest plan is now, like, we started back in the day when it was like, I think it was like $15 a month for 6 hours of upload a month.
I think it was even 12.
Yeah, okay, so 12. Now it's 20 for 4 hours.
So we can never leave, is what you're telling us. We've got to stay in this grandfathered plan forever. So this is just Donkey Kong Country.
But by the way, if you want to start your podcast today, you can use our affiliate link with us.
Perfect. Make it happen. So, Donkey Kong Country by Michael Teitelbaum. That's the best I've got.
It's Teitelbaum.
Okay.
I have no idea.
That's what I'm going with. He also wrote Rumble in the Jungle, which is the sequel to this, and Rescue on Crocodile Isle, which is I think based on the second game.
Okay.
So there's that.
Sort of the voice of the franchise then, yeah.
Yeah. So this was written for, I want to say, second graders.
That sounds right.
I think it was like hold on, how many pages was this? I'm gonna say like 80 pages. No, 60 pages. Oh, 64 pages, huh? Nintendo
Yeah.
64 wasn't even out yet, but
That's not the thing it was for, but yeah, that's the thing.
But the print is like huge. So it's probably more like 20 pages if it were.
Yeah, it makes you feel a sense of accomplishment as you get that personal pan pizza.
I read this in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh. Did you count it on your Goodreads?
Yes.
Does that count for your reading goal?
Yes. It does, Ben. The cover art is just the cover art for the SNES cartridge.
That's just fiscally responsible. You got perfectly good iconic cover art. Yeah, why are you going to change it?
We've already got it. If you're at a book fair, which this wouldn't be there because it's not a Scholastic book, but if you're out, buying a book for your kid for Christmas in 1994, there you go. You're like, this looks just like that game.
Now, I know we couldn't get you the Super Nintendo this year. But here's this book that tells you exactly what happens, probably.
Kind of, yeah. It is definitely like someone did play the game and was like, I could probably write about this in an afternoon.
Hey, it's how the entire format of creepypasta started.
So this book starts out on Donkey Kong Isle, Ben, which is an island shaped like Donkey Kong's head, which is canon, because that's what it looks like in every game where you're on his island.
So I've played only this Donkey Kong game. Aside from aside from the arcade cabinet.
I've listed out all the games just like I did for Mario, and I am going to bring that up after I'm done talking about this book, Ben.
That's fun. But I've only ever, aside from the arcade cabinet one, I've only ever played Donkey Kong Country on an emulator.
Wow.
For about 15 minutes before I got bored and went to something
cover
else.
Art. Well, Ben,
I've seen the cover art.
Maybe this will change your mind after you hear about this, and you'll be like, I got to experience that story.
Get that emulator again. Yeah.
Your legally obtained emulator and ROM file that you ripped from your own SNES cartridge. That is how that happened.
Gonna be honest, I'm not gonna play it regardless, but yeah. I'll get it legally, sure. So what happens? What happens
my
in
notes
Donkey
here?
Kong Island? It's an island shaped like his face. What else happens?
You've got the Kremlins, Ben, which are not.
That's interesting.
Which are not. Which are not, in fact, Russians.
I didn't realize Donkey Kong was so patriotic. Well, aren't the Russians a little crocodilian, though?
They are.
They don't blink. Have you ever seen Putin blink? I haven't.
Yeah, because if he did, then you'd see that his lids are side to side instead of up and down, and you'd be like, whoa, that's weird.
Nictitating membranes. Yeah.
So the Kremlins have come to this island and apparently set up a factory and are just polluting the shit out of it, Ben.
Okay, this sounds like the Russians.
And it's a dark and stormy night when they go down and they steal a bunch of food. Like, that's their goal. They're stealing all of the food, including...
That's exactly what Stalin did.
you know? You're not wrong.
I think there's a subtext here that maybe the children weren't ready for.
And that subtext is that communism is the wave of the future, and once enough people starve, there will be food for everybody.
Yeah, once there's fewer people,
Yeah.
there'll be food for everybody. When everybody's dead, then problem solves itself.
Yeah. And they're polluting this island. We're speeding up that process. And now they're stealing food. So Donkey Kong's sleeping, while Diddy, who is his nephew, question mark, he's defending the banana horde, Ben. Well, the Kremlins come upon Diddy Kong. They want his bananas, Ben, but he doesn't want to give them his bananas.
If a stranger ever asks you for your bananas, you say no.
He calls them God damn it. He calls them creme bums.
Okay, whoa, that's
just
little
a
okay.
Sick
Look,
burn.
I know they interfered in our elections. I know they've got.
There's no proof of that. There's no proof of that. That never happened.
They've got compromise on Donald Trump, but who doesn't these days? That's no excuse for racism, Diddy.
Well, this was 1994. The Soviet Union didn't even exist at that time. This was Yeltsin.
Yeah, well.
So that factory is probably producing vodka. I'm just gonna. Is that too far? Is it not far enough?
I think I called them crocodiles 5 minutes ago. We're probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he fights 5 of them, but the damn numbers game, Ben, and they put him in a barrel, and then they steal all the bananas.
To be a Cooper in the world of Donkey Kong, you would be rolling in it.
Yeah, you would be rolling inside of a barrel. They do that a lot. So Cranky is here. Cranky is supposedly, and we'll have to get into this, Ben. I know you're dying to get into it.
No, I do know this story. That's the original gorilla that Mario abused.
Yes.
Yeah,
but that's not how revisionist history goes. That was Jumpman, and he is now... Mario had nothing to do with that, and he was stealing his girlfriend, who he then broke up for a princess. And then he changed his name to Mario, so that he could not be tracked down by the feds.
Changed his name to Mario, fled to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey really messes that up by bringing that original girl back.
Donkey Kong Bonanza really messes that up because that original girl is like a teenager in Bonanza. And Cranky Kong is still there. Yeah, we'll have to get into that, but I think this is a different timeline because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Okay.
So in the meantime, Donkey Kong's got to go save Diddy, and he does, Ben. And then Rambi the Rhino is there, and they go up to the factory with dynamite. And they just blow it the fuck up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I just keep writing that something happens, and then Rambi saves the day, and then barrel cannons fire at them, and then Rambi saves the day again. And then they go up Gorilla Glacier, and they find Espresso, Ben, the ostrich no one cares about. He was apparently camping. That's what happens. And then they basically play the game. They go through the mines, and then they go to the factory, and they blow it up, Ben. Fuck yeah.
Nice, yeah. A little,
but then
little ecological terrorism
blow it up.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, after they blow up the factory... justifiable homicide. K. Rool is on like a pirate ship. It's a really weird theme when you think about it. And they're like, all right, we need to go to that ship and we need to fuck him up. So Guard, the shark shows up to help them, and they get special underwater breathing barrels, which was not in the game.
I think that was in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Had to be some realistic. So this predates Pirates of the Caribbean. So did Pirates of the Caribbean
this is where they got it. Yeah.
Plagiarize blatantly from Donkey Kong, the tie-in book? You be the judge, but the answer is yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean eventually did just become a platformer, right?
As the movies went on. The third one.
I'm counting the third one. Like, isn't there a point where they're just like in a Mario level?
Kind of not great.
Yeah.
Clambo the Clam shoots pearls at them, but Cranky was the all-star hitter for the Kong Cardinals. That's the thing I wrote down. And then On Guard stabs that Clam and then asks if he got the point. I presume as it is bleeding out.
That's pretty it's pretty metal.
So there are apparently...
Wasn't expecting actual death in this children's book, but I like it.
So there's 4 leaders. Clump, who has a helmet. Rock Croc, who has glowing red eyes. Critter, who they said was an extra nasty common loser. And Keisha, which sounds like almost like that cereal, but isn't. But he's jacked.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you now,
Maybe it's
which of these 4 is the Trotsky?
Oh, it is Crusher. Crusher Hogan, I even wrote down. Which one is Trotsky?
Is Trotsky.
Probably Critter, because Stalin would prefer if we all just thought he was a common loser.
I see. I mean, Stalin was a common loser, right?
Not if you ask him.
I wouldn't, because I wouldn't talk to him and I wouldn't understand anything he said.
Let's see. So they beat their asses, apparently. I wrote Donkey Kong said something about a hand slap attack, so I think he pimp slaps someone like to death. And then they team up on Crusher. That's who it was. Crusher is jacked like Hulk Hogan, and it takes 2 people to take him out, Ben, just like Hulk Hogan. And then K-Rool escapes on a speedboat, and I didn't see
just
where
like
they handled the 4th guy.
But then he fell off of it and got hit by it.
And K-Rool has one giant bloodshot eye. That's how that happened. We're like Hulk, it all. It's all making sense now, brother.
There's something so like Chantel from Unsighted, she has another podcast now called They're the Same Picture, where they do like comparative essays about seemingly unrelated movies.
That sounds like a lot of work. I would much rather just read Donkey Kong Country.
No, you're doing the work. Like, you're doing the mental labor here, because we're doing a comparative essay about Donkey Kong and Hulk Hogan right now. Essentially the same man. And you're working in your weird Stalin fetish. I think this is what they call comparative literature.
Well, I'll take my honorary English degree now, please.
I think this is at least worthy of like a master's thesis.
Fuck yeah.
You could just submit this
degree.
Submit this episode to Harvard and tell them you're looking forward to what they have to say.
I'll get an AI to turn it into a transcript, and I won't proofread it first.
Buddy, you can't avoid that, actually. All of our episodes have AI transcripts.
Hell yeah.
It just shoots out a riverside with one, whether you want it or not. Now, the AI is not so good at telling when it's you talking or when it's me talking.
We do sound very similar.
It does lose that sometimes. But,
I often forget who's talking when it's you or me.
I can tell you what, AI is the future, and the future is going to kind of mostly work except for when it's important.
Yeah. And isn't that what being an American is all about?
Recently.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right.
Yeah.
So Ben, you want to talk about the rest of Donkey Kong? I don't have his.
The end?
He doesn't.
Yeah,
he escaped in a speedboat. Yeah, they didn't even fight him. He just left after he got his entire crew got their asses kicked, and they blew up his factory. Go buy the next book if you want to know what happens, and then buy the game.
All right, people like your weird video game deep dives. Let's go.
Yeah, he doesn't have as many games as Mario, Ben.
Thank God.
That's real unfortunate.
Well, I think a lot of the Mario games now double as Donkey Kong games because he's in all of them anyway.
Well, he is in the movie. So I think that
Have you
means
seen
he's
the
in most of the
movie?
game. No, absolutely not.
Okay,
Why would I want
I
to do
was
that?
gonna say, I don't know. You have a weird interest in this.
I would have seen it if I were like my daughter's age or something.
Well, that's what I
Like
didn't know, because you have a daughter. I didn't know if she wanted to see it, and you sat there and
I
watched it.
don't think she's ever seen Donkey Kong or Mario. Maybe we should introduce her to that, you know?
Kids these days aren't playing video games? What?
She hasn't yet.
Wow, good for you.
No, let's get her on that. Then I don't have to watch Peppa Pig.
Yeah, yeah, that would be the first goal I had as a parent.
Once she turns
Peppa
5, sorry, you're
Pig,
too old for
Bluey,
Peppa.
Paw Patrol. If we could just get rid of all of these
Bluey's
animal-based
okay.
cartoons.
Bluey's okay, Ben. Especially when you have to
Okay.
compare it to Peppa Pig.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So, when I ask what is a Donkey Kong game, Ben, how do we determine it?
I would say it's got to be a Nintendo game, first off.
Okay.
Made by Nintendo, not licensed by Nintendo. Okay, it's got to be the real deal. Not Donkey Kong teaches typing.
Well,
or
Donkey Kong
that.
Country 1, 2, 3, and also the Land series, and also 64, and also Diddy Kong Racing were all done by Rare.
We'll count that. I guess they've made their way into like the iconic thing. But I'm really talking about like offshoots.
Okay, what about Retro Studios, which is owned by Nintendo? So
what do
they did Donkey
make?
Kong Country Returns and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
I think those will count.
Okay. But we won't count. Actually, I think most of these are probably made by Nintendo. I don't think there's one that isn't made by Nintendo, except for probably there's 2 like Capcom Arcade, but I don't think anyone ever even heard of Donkey Kong Jungle Fever and Donkey Kong Banana Kingdom, which, by the
Donkey
way,
Kong what
Jungle
now?
Fever. Yeah.
Who signed off on that at Nintendo America? Who signed off on that one? Okay. Yeah, we're not going to count that one. And I think they'll be grateful that we don't.
Donkey Kong, much like Hulk Hogan, is not racist, Ben.
But Hulk Hogan admitted he was a little racist.
Well, we weren't supposed to know that.
That was doctor-patient confidentiality. She was his therapist. This whole thing is a HIPAA violation. Okay, yeah. So I think those mainline games.
Okay. So that's pretty easy then. So we've got the original Donkey Kong in arcade. That we said that was not a Mario game last year, but it is a Donkey Kong game. Is that right?
I have no idea what we said last year.
Yeah, we said that that was Jumpman, who is not Mario, and you can't prove it. How dare you? He was trying to rescue Pauline so that he did not go down for reckless endangerment and possibly manslaughter when Donkey Kong throws Pauline off of the 100 meters. Then we've got Donkey Kong Jr., where you play as Donkey Kong Jr. to free Donkey Kong from Mario, from Jumpman. From Jumpman. Jumpman presumably is abusing him, and Donkey Kong Jr.'s got to come to the rescue. So that's where our first question is. Who is Donkey Kong Jr.? Because as soon as Donkey Kong Country comes out, Donkey Kong Jr. stops showing up, except for in like a side series.
Well, no, isn't Donkey Kong Jr. and the Elder Kong is the original Donkey Kong?
Well, the Elder Kong is the original Donkey Kong, but it's not entirely clear if Donkey Kong is his son or his grandson.
Oh, I see. I
So
think
if
it'd
he's
be
his
his
grandson,
son.
then
I don't think
maybe
gorillas live that long. I think gorillas live like 50 years tops. I don't know if they really see like their grandchildren grow
it
up.
depends on the healthcare on Donkey Kong Island.
Maybe.
So Donkey Kong Jr. turns into Donkey Kong. That's what we're going with.
Well, okay, it's that or it's Donkey Kong's absent father.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Okay. I mean, it's one of those. You tell me, man. I've played 15 minutes of the game.
I have no idea. I'm also seeing that there is a Donkey Kong Jr. cereal. So that's cool.
That's Jamie the Gravy Man's business. I don't care about weird cereal.
Yeah, you can buy that on eBay for $19.
Who are these people?
Oh my god, why? And it comes with free Pez inside.
Look. I'm too old for sugary cereals. Okay.
I'm too old for eating like that, like cereal from the 80s.
Well, yeah, everybody. I mean, that cereal's too old to be eaten. But even when it was supposed to appeal, I think it's lost its luster.
So there is a Yoshi game where Donkey Kong is a baby being delivered by a stork. Is that canon, Ben? Does that count? Because Baby Mario is also in that. Which would be weird because how would Mario be a baby at the same time Donkey Kong is a baby?
What did we say about Yoshi's Island in the Mario thing?
I think we called that an offshoot.
I think we'll call this
not
an
a Mario game. Okay.
Not a Donkey Kong game.
All right. What about Donkey Kong 3 where Jumpman isn't there and it's a guy spraying bugs and also occasionally he has to spray a Donkey Kong's ass so that he'll climb up a vine?
From Nintendo's Animal Abuse series. Okay. So like obviously the famous story, I do know some of this. The famous story goes that you can't just make a King Kong game.
Right.
That's a licensed IP. But they wanted to do something with like the King Kong takes the lady, goes to the top of the building, you got to get her down.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought this up, Ben.
And they called him Donkey Kong because what they I think originally wanted to call him was Jackass Kong, because somebody at Nintendo.
I've never heard that one, but
no. So this is what I've heard is that they looked up. They wanted him to be like silly or foolish, and somebody in Japan looked up an English definition of silly or foolish, and jackass came up, and they liked the sound of that, not realizing it was more insulting than they intended in English. And so jackass became donkey.
That silly beaten ape. That lovable, abused animal. Yeah, and Universal, they went after Nintendo, and Nintendo won a legal battle because Universal had previously established in a different lawsuit that King Kong was in the public domain, so they couldn't sue.
Yeah.
So do we need to deport Donkey Kong, Ben, because he is stealing jobs from American apes? Question
I thought he was
mark?
on Donkey Kong. Is Donkey Kong Island a territory?
He comes to New Donk City later.
Where is that? Is that in America?
It's the closest thing to America we're ever gonna get.
In what, Mario?
Yes.
It's just a city, right?
Yeah, but he's taking jobs from King Kong. King Kong only recently got a few movies, Ben.
It's a few more than Donkey Kong ever got.
Donkey Kong's in a whole movie, but also in a
King
lot of
Kong
games.
was also in a Godzilla movie, but you don't think of it as a King Kong movie.
Do you not? Isn't it like King Kong versus Godzilla?
It's King Kong versus Godzilla, and I don't like that it has two different ends.
Does it?
Yeah, the Japanese version, Godzilla wins. The
are you talking
American
about the
version.
original one? Because I heard
Yeah.
that was
no, the new one. No, maybe it is.
Yeah, the original one, it's an urban myth
forgot
that
about the new
Godzilla
ones.
won, but in fact, King Kong won in both versions.
Oh, maybe I've fallen for it then.
Yeah.
I forgot about the new ones. And the funny thing is, I've seen the new one.
I know. That's why I was like,
theater.
There are recent movies.
I completely forgot about it. They did not have much of an impact on me.
No, I remember you said something like that he uses his atomic breath on like a weapon or something that King Kong has, and they use the power of friendship to kill Mechagodzilla.
Yeah. No, is it Mechagodzilla?
I'm pretty sure it's
Maybe
Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
Boy, I don't remember that movie at all.
I don't know.
It was dumb.
Yeah. Unlike
it was
Donkey
gonna
Kong.
be. Yeah, but no.
All right,
so anyway,
that's the original.
Long story short, I don't think Donkey Kong should be deported, but I'm not sure if he's here.
That is okay. All right. I'll accept that answer. We'll put that on your presidential platform for 2028 when you run. I don't think Donkey Kong should be deported.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the original Donkey Kong.
I want to see Jumpman's papers.
I haven't seen Jumpman in decades. He seemingly vanished after.
I think he might be under an alias.
Who could he be?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
He can't be Mario. Mario wears blue. Mario wears blue overalls and a red shirt, and Jumpman wears, I think, red overalls and a blue shirt. So,
he's with the Crips.
Son of a bitch. So then we get
Donkey gang Kong colors he's sporting,
books. Or not books, sorry, games, but also books, I guess.
Yes.
So there's Country 1 and 2 and 3, and also Land 1 and 2 and 3, which are the Game Boy versions.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also Donkey Kong 64, the greatest collectathon ever. Just the best. Everyone universally loves it. Don't look that up. And then Country Returns and Tropical Freeze, which came out more recently. But we have established those are all canon.
Sure.
Yeah. This is Nicaea, right?
Oh, yeah, the Council of Nicaea. We're deciding which Donkey Kongs go in the Bible. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We've determined that not Jungle Fever and Banana Kingdom.
No, that's the Gnostic Gospels of Donkey Kong. We're not going to talk about those.
What about Diddy Kong Racing? It's developed by Rare, but it's a racing game. Does that count?
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
So if that counts, does Barrel Blast count? Which was made many years later. Most people don't even realize it actually came out and is also bad. But does it count? It's supposed to be a sequel to Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in.
What about Donkey Konga? The game where you hit the bongos like Guitar Hero.
I was waiting for this because I didn't know what I was going to think about this. I think this is sort of like, I guess I'd equate Donkey Konga to maybe Paul's letters to the Ephesians.
I was thinking you were going to make a Dune reference when you said Paul, but you're right. We're back on the Bible.
We're on the Bible. This is Paul, who was Saul, struck blind on the way to arrest Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to throw that one in towards the back, sort of a supplement,
All
clarify a few
right.
points that weren't necessarily self-evident in the Gospels. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And also, it's 2 sequels, even though the third one was Japan only.
Um. Oh boy, see now we're getting into like the deuterocanonical books. I'm gonna say yes, but only like the Greek Orthodox uses them.
Okay. All right. What about Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, which is a platformer, I think, but you control it by using the bongos?
Yes, I like the bongos.
Okay.
I'm team bongos, so I think those are going in. That's the problem with any kind of canon is there's always some guy putting his thumb on the scale for his pet theory, and that for me that's bongos because you know why? Because people understand bongos. Okay, you don't need a lot of fancy book learning to understand why Donkey Kong's blowing up a factory with dynamite. Where did he get the
Yeah.
dynamite? Donkey Kong makes gunpowder. I don't want to think about that. When I got the bongos in front of me and I'm just in the music, that's when you're
Yeah.
closest to
I'm pretty sure
God.
that's what Jungle Fever is. You're just in the
Don't
music of
say
the
that.
bongo.
Don't keep saying that. No, that's a different thing. Um,
It's like how
no,
gooning, that's just like the Goonies, right?
you
That's
know
what that means.
that's the demiurge. That's Gnostic stuff. You gotta get that out of here.
What about the Donkey Kong Game Boy Advance remake, which has it's a whole different game, but it has Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. and this time I believe it is Mario and Pauline is there.
Ooh.
It's a full-fledged game.
Blasphemy. That's out.
All right.
It's somebody trying to rewrite history, trying to introduce complications and contradictions into our faith.
So what about Mario versus Donkey Kong?
I think that's in. Two people can disagree, you know?
Okay, because Donkey Kong for the GBA is kind of the father of the Mario versus Donkey Kong series
I
because
don't
they play
actually
very similar.
this is sort of the first time I'm hearing Mario versus Donkey Kong and I have no
You
idea what these
get
games are
you.
like.
It's a platformer puzzle thing. You go. You have to get a key and get to a door and chase Donkey Kong. And then
Why are
every
we
4
fighting?
levels you fight Donkey Kong because he kidnapped Pauline. I got to get my
Oh, fucking
friend
Pauline.
because
Pauline is the Lilith of our creation story, isn't she? Adam's first wife that was kicked out by God for wanting to be on top. That's Pauline.
is that canon?
Well, so that's the thing with Lilith is like Lilith is not canon, but possibly like one of the oldest and most widely believed myths of the whole like Christian Judeo pantheon. Um,
She
and
wanted to
that's
be on
where
top, and
that's the story. The actual story is that Lilith was created at the same time as Adam. They were created co-equal. Not she was not created from Adam's rib. She and Adam were created of the same stuff and they were equals. And Lilith wanted to be on top during sex and
blasphemy,
Adam refused because that would
blasphemy.
place him
Yeah,
in a passive position which he
yeah,
felt was emasculating.
yeah.
And Lilith was eventually
100%.
Lilith was eventually
Yeah.
cast out and uh Lilith was cast out and became the mother of demons. Yeah.
That checks out. Any
Yeah.
woman who wants to do it on top is, in fact, just ready to spawn demons.
Hey. But she's like, she's
Love
like a
making,
feminist.
first of all, should not be for love. By the way, it should just be for baby making, and it can't be on any holy day. That includes every Sunday. And man on top, dark. Can't see anything in the room. No one enjoys it. That is the
I
only
see
way that we do this.
you've met the Amish. Um Yeah, no. But then, of course, Lilith becomes like a feminist icon because she sort of is. And but in like the olden times, there's
So
all
maybe
kinds of like,
demons are cool, is what you're telling me.
well, in the olden times, she's equated with like crib death, basically,
The
or like
demons would
miscarriages.
well, that's okay. That and they would be like, well, you had a miscarriage because you were on top.
No. They're saying Lilith came and killed the child. So there's all kinds of like amulets and protection spells against warding against Lilith. Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? I think we were talking about Donkey Kong.
So that's Pauline. That's Pauline.
Okay,
Is what I'm saying.
that's Pauline. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, she's the non-canonical love interest that we just can't stamp out. People just find her to be too compelling of a character, but she ruins it. She ruins everything.
And then she came back.
She makes Donkey Kong not the hero of the story necessarily, And I don't. The Council of Nicaea. We're not going to talk about that. Okay.
So what about the rest of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series then?
Heresy.
All right, that's 1.
If you
2,
have
3,
any
4,
of those
5,
games,
6, 7 games.
And if you have them, the Inquisition's going to get you.
Okay. So there you go. All that's heresy.
Yep.
What do we do with Donkey Kong King of Swing?
Does it use the bongos?
No.
It's out.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, are they talking about swinging on vines or swing music?
Swinging on like pegs? Let me see.
It's out. It's out. This sounds like it sucks.
Developed by Paon.
If you can't pronounce it, it's out. That's an automatic. If you can't pronounce it, it's out.
So then we come to Donkey Kong Bonanza, then, which is a mainline game. But also Cranky Kong is here, but also Pauline is like 14 or something.
Fucking damn it.
And Diddy Kong is here, and Dixie Kong references Donkey Kong Country 2. So Country 2 had to have already happened, but yet Pauline, who should have been with Cranky when she was an adult and he was an adult, instead, here she is, she's like 14, and our modern day Donkey Kong is hanging out with her.
It's the goddamn Dead Sea Scrolls all over again.
And K. Rool, spoiler alert, shows up as the final boss at the end, and they release him.
Has Donkey Kong kidnapped this version of Pauline?
No. He is, in fact, trying to get her home, which is New Donk City, which shows up at the end, which ties it into Mario Odyssey.
Okay, here's what we do. This is just between you and me, okay? This can't go in the podcast.
All right.
Okay, this is in council business. Nobody else can hear this. We can't get rid of this fucking Pauline character, okay? People love her. It's not going away. The harder we try to suppress it, the more Pauline shit there is. So, we rewrite Pauline. Right?
Okay.
Make her a kid. Make her cool with Donkey Kong. He never kidnapped her. There's no weird stuff going on. We don't need to bring in Jumpman or animal abuse or fevers of exotic variety. We're just gonna make it so it all just fits together real nice, and all that troublesome history didn't happen. Okay.
All right.
So Bonanza. Okay, now they can listen again. Bonanza's in.
There you go. Bonanza started it all, and then we had the country games.
Bonanza's finally telling us the true history. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Donkey Kong the arcade. What Donkey Kong the arcade?
What's an arcade? How old are you? Well, sorry, old man. You went to a different building to play video games? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, next thing you're going to say that Donkey Kong Jungle Fever was the thing. That's silly.
Please stop saying that.
All right. I think we did it, Ben. I think we managed to figure it out, and Now we can make the Donkey Kong Bible.
Yes. Another religion saved by words about books.
Hell yeah. I think I'm done. Do you have anything else to say about Donkey Kong?
No, the only thing I have to say is that Nuzzlehouse was picking on me for making everything about weird Christian history the other day. And fuck him. I don't know if he's listening, but you heard me.
Better be.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think we've done a lot of good work here today.
I agree.
I'm not going to buy a Switch 2.
I wasn't going to, and then I wasn't going to. I came home and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This isn't our Switch." Turns out my wife bought one, and like surprise, we don't have any Switch 2 games.
She bought it for the
literally
house.
playing Animal Crossing.
But she bought it for the house, right? It's not for her.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's for the house. Okay. Yeah. No, I thought about it. I think I own like 3 Switches. I did play them. I had an original one, and I think I had 2 handhelds.
Yeah, I did. I got the Switch Lite or whatever it's called, so I could play Animal Crossing with my wife. So there's that.
Yeah.
It was COVID, and I was like, I have nothing better to do. I could clean this house and unpack, but like, I don't want it. So,
is it still like $500?
Probably.
Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah, it was more money than I would have preferred to spend. So if you want to help Ben buy a Switch 2, go to our Patreon.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of you at that $10 tier for me to consider buying a Switch 2. No, the reason I asked is because I heard that Bonanza is like the game for the Switch 2.
Yeah,
I heard it's like up for Game of the Year. People love it.
Yeah,
like if ever there was a Donkey Kong game I was interested in playing, it is that one. But I'm not going to buy the console because
it's that, and it's Mario Kart World, and that's which we have Mario Kart World, and we haven't downloaded it or played it. I don't care about it.
You know what would get me? You know what would get me to buy a Switch 2 is if they made and I'm going to say something controversial here. If they made a Pokemon game that didn't suck.
Ooh, yeah. Well, it's not going to be the Arceus Legends 2 or whatever.
No, it's not going to be Legends anything. They need to like dissolve Game Freak. Like let Game Freak keep doing all the merchandising or whatever. But please, for the love of God, get somebody who knows how to make video games to make the Pokemon video games.
But they've been doing this for so long. They have so much experience, Ben. They've been making the same game for the last 30 years.
It's actively getting worse, I think. Like, the more they try to go to, like, the open world 3D, like, the worse it gets.
Yeah, because then you see that, like,
there's nothing there.
The world is
There's nothing in that world.
Artwork is terrible. Yeah.
It looks like some high school kid's Unity project.
And yet it sells unlike a high school kid's Unity project.
If there's a Pokemon manga if you want to do that next year. I have opinions on Pokemon.
I have a Pokemon manga, Ben. I've started reading for the express purpose of eventually doing that on Words About Books.
I'm in. I have a lot of thoughts on that because I was a huge Pokemon kid. Pokemon came out when I was in 4th grade. I've been there from the beginning. I have a lot of thoughts.
All right. We can do that. We can do next year. We'll talk about the Pokemon manga and then the Pokemon series. And as always, a shout out to our patrons. We have many patrons, all of whom that we love and cherish. However, we have some that we love even more than the average patron. And those are $10 yacht plan supporters. In no particular order, we've got John Bierce, a real author. Author of The Mage Errant, The Rack, The Sea That Would Eat the World. Check all those out. Check out his Patreon or Patreon. I keep messing that up. I'm not going back and editing it. You're just going to have me say both of those things forever. You're going to have to deal with it. Then we got Jamie, the Gravy Man, from ifyouwantthegravy.wordpress.com, I think. That sounds right. If you want thegravy.wordpress.com. Yeah, did it first try. I'm also leaving all that in. You can't stop me. He reviews a whole bunch of things, and he might even review this cat that is meowing as I'm trying to record. What does he taste like? Does he perhaps fall at the same distance from a building as a bowling ball and a golf ball? I don't know. Can we prove gravity using this cat somehow? Yeah, fuck off, cat. We got Jacob Lansky doing whatever the fuck he wants, motherfucker. Or I guess if this were Die Hard rules, it would be doing whatever the freak he wants, Mr. Falcon. We've got Isekai Sensei Sama. From That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster podcast. Is Donkey Kong an isekai? I don't know. But that sounds like something that the council needs to decide upon. And then finally we got Shy with a Y. And from what I know, TikTok is still a thing, even if they are shadow banning us. Fuck you, TikTok. But go check out Shy on TikTok. With a Y. Okay, bye.